I'm working on a video game. Why is that cool? Well, I love video games and I'm very picky about which ones I like to play. And, eventually I realized, I just need to crank something out here. I used to program, never really had much fun in college with it, high school, but this has been a blast. Game Maker is an excellent program. It's easy to use, it's easy to find stuff, answers to your problems, all online, all on forums, easily searched by Google. Haven't had any roadblocks for me that took more than a couple of hours, honestly. And even those, I'm like, could have done that faster. So that to me is huge. So let me tell you a little bit about the game and show it off. It's basically a retro style shooter. You got your guns, rockets, etc. And excuse me, the reason that it looked weird is because I was slowing down time for some of that. Yep, so you've got bullet time. You hold shift for that. And then you can also speed up your movement speed a whole bunch by moving with this on your turbo. So now this has not been easy to get here, believe me. And I'm up against problems like you wouldn't imagine. I'm kind of a total amateur at this. But nonetheless, I'm getting her done and it's great. So I'm gonna ask for feedback. Anyone who's watching this, feel free to drop me Facebook or on my blog question, comments. Let me know what you think. Answer any crazy questions to throw at you. See, look, there's one of my problems right there. But I think I already fixed that one, just not on that enemy. So yeah, I'm really inconsistent with my code. It's sloppy, but I'm learning. So let's get to it. You're this dude. People come at you, and you gotta kill them. You collect experience, you stats level up, and you fight different kinds of bad guys. You got tons of weapons and tools at your disposal. That's sort of what I'm all about. By the end of this, my plan is to just have such an arsenal, so many different loadouts, and everything very easy to change on the fly. Flexible gameplay, flexible styles, decisions, important decisions that are impactful when you're leveling, when you're using your skills, picking your weapons. That's a big part of my overall mantra. So, that being said, right now the basic mechanics is that you gotta run away from dudes while they try and kill you. If you just charge in, it can get really troublesome. But on the other hand, you can also build your guy to be like that, technically. You could build him to be melee. See, I'm almost dead already. So you've got a shield up here that recharges pretty quickly over time. You've got health that right now has no regen mechanic, except for when you level you get a little bit extra health. And your max health goes up. The jam is your slow motion cooldown, and that's really key for lining up your railgun shots, which is right here. Boom. It's got really long range, almost the whole screen. And it's pretty key for doing AoE, goes through enemies. You got rockets, and that's this cooldown here. They have a high payload right now. They also are heat seeking, so you can get them kind of going around corners, but they're not a huge DPS boon right now because I haven't built in the AoE mechanic. But it's good stuff. So I've already realized something right now just playing here, that the screen doesn't move quite as quickly to follow your character as it should, probably. Being that you get attacked from really far away, the screen's only moving when you're coming up within this range. So that's just one of my problems. that I'm up against, but it's real quick fix. In fact, I could fix it right now, but I'm gonna keep going. So these guys are laser drones. They shoot stuff at you. The main idea is to just auto attack them down. That's left click. Left click gets you lasers and bullets. That's great. Right now, I've just got all kinds of things going at once. Eventually, you want to imagine that this is partway through the game that you've unlocked, you know, many features. You might not have all these at once, but right now, I do. Because why not? I'm collecting these little green things. Those give me XP. The enemies leaving behind, and there's some also just sitting around. They just level you up. Nothing fancy there. My railgun, I can hit people from pretty far away, and I could probably just sit here the whole time pinging at people because some of my AI is shit. Let's just be fair. This is a rocket droid, but I wrecked him because I was sitting here pinging away. The fun part right now is to get into melee and just take him out with your energy sword, which I'm working on, but I do enjoy the mechanic right now, I gotta say. These guys, they actually don't know I'm here. They just automatically shooting their gun at me. I fixed that on the like drones, the little circle guys, but not on the droids. Some of what you're seeing is just old AI. I've fixed already some of this, but whatever. It's alpha beta stuff. So I can just fly around and shoot stuff. Let's get through here a little quicker. Right now, these melee guys that come at you, and if they get in a certain range of you, they come out a lot faster. They're the biggest threat. You gotta churn through a lot of them. But if you want to just be a bruiser and start meleeing them down, it's pretty fun. Okay. So this is level 1, according to my current setup. Boom. So that's what I could do if I was really patient, but since I'm not, and it's just that my AI sucks, I gotta pretend I don't know how to break it. And then I'm just gung-ho. Pick up all my XP. As you can see, I'm up here. My overlay's over my level. Let's see, I'm level 13. You know, my stats have been going up. Agility, that's responsible for my range. Damage, there's multipliers for different weapons. Fortitude, that gets me, I gotta pull up my stat cheat sheet here. Fortitude gets me armor, extra edge energy, which is used for, you know, zipping around right now. And also some other stuff that I haven't worked in. Let's see. Also, my intelligence has to do with how fast my slow-mo is regenerated. And stamina, of course, is health. I mean, naturally, how can you go wrong with that? And it affects my total slowdown, only by a little bit. I think it's giving me a 50 component, or no, I don't think I have that built in. And it affects my attack speed though. So that's kind of nice. As your stamina goes up, you can attack faster. Why? Because you have more stamina. So that means you can attack faster. Okay? Don't ask any questions like that, people. It just makes sense. I mean, who wouldn't say that having more stamina would let you attack faster if you asked them in real life? I can't name any of those people except for elitist pricks like people who used to play WoW and shitty games like that. No, I'm just kidding. WoW and League and Zombies Ate My Neighbors, those are all huge inspirations for me. So that's why this game has kind of got some of those mechanics and homages to them built in. Alright. What else? Stats. Oh yeah, strength, that's your melee. Energy sword power. And there you go. That's your base stats. There's plenty of other things going on that are just overly complicating my code and probably making me go way slower than I should, but it's there. Why are there shadows left over, you say? Oh, Well, that's because I randomly didn't make a destroy event for them, go up with the enemy, and then I realized, well, it leaves behind a little marker where you kill people. And for now, I like it. So, there you go. Believe me, there's all kinds of shit that's just gonna be totally different. So, go with it. Um, you gotta zip around, you gotta dodge lasers, you gotta dodge charging little buggers. You gotta line up your big damage boosts like that. Double shot. Bam. And for me, I get a lot of satisfaction out of stuff like lining up snipe shots in slow motion, dodging bullets that you wouldn't think you could, coming up with unique ways to kill lots of enemies at once and expend fewer resources. So that's the kind of game I'm all about. I want to right now just build an engine that could have a variety of different, gameplay like styles going in. Believe me, I've got lots of intentions, but most of them I'm not going to talk about today because it's just the basics that I'm working on. I really, really try not to get ahead of myself. I really want to make art, and my best friend Mike, he keeps telling me, no art for you. Everything needs to be little blobs moving around for now until you have a good gameplay mechanic. And he's probably right, but I get off on little sprites. I've done all these, that's why they're so bad. But they're fun. Just come in and melee these bastards down. Bam. So this is level 1. This is to get you accustomed to things, right? So you're not even supposed to be, good at the game yet. So it's kind of punishing, honestly. I'm the game designer and I actually have taken some health damage, which I shouldn't because my shield regens stupidly fast. I've got tons of bullets and lasers. I've got rail guns. I've got all kinds of stuff. So watch this. I can just the melee. Oh boy, I might actually just botch this whole round here. If I'm not careful. Charging into those little buggers. Literally, I made those guys sprite in 4 minutes. Their entire animation. And they were just a temporary, but my wife said to me, they're awesome, so I haven't changed them. The little enemy dudes are quite obviously the same spread as you, with lasers and whatnot. They're the same spread as you. But whatever, I can make those pretty easy in an hour or so. It's just a simple multi-directional sprite. This one follows your gun. The enemies just follows where they're pointing. Okay, so I think this is the end of my shot there. Let's see the level. So right now you can melee, but you can't shoot your gun at the same time. But you can railgun and missile at the same time. So I'm working on what you can and can do. But I always try to make decisions meaningful. What weapons you're using, what weapons you're not using. I figured a cooldown on the railgun for now is bad enough. It's pretty long. 200 in this world is the equivalent of, let's see, 60. Basically divide that by 60. So, about 3.5 or so seconds. And here we go. I have cleared the level. Ta-da! For now, I just use my thing and go up to the next level, which is level 2. And I am now up to level 22 already. So, leveling goes quick so far. The mechanics are all up for review, basically. Really all I'm working with right now, or not the mechanics, which are also up for review. Everything's up for review. But what I'm working on right now is just combat mechanics. Leveling is sort of just there for basic outline, so I can imagine what might be going on here. But you know, the consistency would be you got to go through your area. My idea is you're guarding a certain facility, and it's constantly under attack by invaders. This is in the future. And by invaders, I mean people trying to spawn like little robots that attack you and break through your area to whatever kind of, you know, target they may have. I'm taking a lot of damage from Rocket Dude here. So my AI right now is pretty bad. I'd say the Rocket guys are the best of what you've seen so far. These guys are pretty bad. They'll get stuck on walls, but I have that remedied, and I'll show you a little snippet of that at the end, but I haven't changed it on these guys for now. Let's see. You're guarding this area. You've got, you know, places that have certain objective values to you. Maybe right here would be some place that spawns some health every once in a while. Or up here would be something that spawns some experience every now and then, helps you level up. Or over here is a place where you store items and can change weapons. You know, so maybe you need to go to these areas every now and then, and depending on how secure your facility is, bad guys are present or not. So the idea is that all of these levels I want to be basically hand-drawn artwork, not Charlie Brown walls, but whatever. It is what it is. But I really do enjoy so far the gameplay. It's fast, but not totally punishing. So far, all my friends who have played it have at least had a decent time. Of course, this is the most balanced I've had it yet. All these mechanics are just painfully difficult to dial in. And every time you make a change with an enemy or whatever are totally shifted. Suddenly you can just plow through everything, or suddenly your shields are gone in an instant, and I've got to dial everything back in. So I don't really care too much about exactly how hard it is. Right now I just care about, is it fun at all? And I'd say yeah. Even I am missing half my railgun shots here. So my plan is to have, you know, all your stats, your accuracy, all that in there, and different mechanics based on how well you're doing. Maybe you get a crit bonus if your accuracy stays up high. Something like that. You know, just throw it out there. I am game. I have played just about every single kind of video game where you level up, which is most of them, and have stats and theory crafted. And so I'm well familiar with the variety of tropes and mechanics, and I don't necessarily want to use all the same ones, you know? So I'm game for whatever. Give me ideas, please. But a huge problem for me is definitely going to be production of artwork and writing. So hopefully I'll be able to get a little help from from those who are interested, you know. Right now, this is basically what I plan on making a living off of. I know it's a bold claim, but I'm going to use my old college experience in programming to give me a little boost here with getting this started, trying some other games out, and maybe getting a Kickstarter. Going from there. It's what I love to do, I decided. I've always played games and thought about them, so why not make some? I think I can be alright at it. Okay, enough rambling. Let me get through the level here. Just go hard mode on this. Excuse me. Ham, that's what I need. can break it. I don't need to break it. Nobody wants to see me break it. Also, I can't get health bars on those dudes for the life of me. I've got plenty of ideas why, but if I get the health bars to work, they won't like point at me. The sprite won't change direction based on my location, based on its aim. But you can see its health, so it's kind of a trade-off. For me, I know they're being hurt, although your average player thinks they're invincible, which is kind of bad. So if you're still watching, man, I applaud. Been going for a while, and you're probably one of my buddies, like Bruce. And Bruce, I'd love it if you gave me some feedback, or of course anyone still around. Sheila's, naturally. Inside jokes, definitely, but still relevant. I'd love to have feedback. Come over if you're in town, play alpha test. Tell me if it's cool, give me ideas, produce some art, produce some writing. No, I'm kidding, I don't want to enslave you. So, yep, I kick ass at my own game if you didn't notice. I'm up to level 27. It's not easy to level right now because these are all low-y little enemies. I probably need to make mini mechanics a little bit harder. Taking hits, for instance, right now, you can take these hits. The lasers are very, very weak against your shield, but once they break through the shield, then you take twice as much damage. Still not a huge amount. So it takes quite a few dudes of this sort to really hurt you, but the thing is, these guys, they wreck your shields. So if you pair them together, the laser guys can come through and really eat you up. That's the idea. Right now it's not working perfectly. Okay, so I cleared level 2. Let's go to level 3. Where you're going to see, ta-da, my new artificial intelligence, which will go around walls and other things. Everything about it makes more sense, although I'm working on how fast it is. Okay, here we go. So, now these guys wander around when they have nobody to attack, and my thought is to just cause trouble. They might wander in. Now once they find you, they'll come after you. But if you get around a wall, they'll still come after you. So let's see, how does that work? Look at that. So, but only if you're their target. But I'll probably die here if I'm not careful. I gotta use this carefully. Boom. Oh, got me. Took me out at level 30. Just about the highest I've ever been. So there's your new AI for you. Now, partially that's because I also got rid of the mechanic where they can't all be stacked up together like that. So right now, you get a whole bunch on you and it's good night. I need to make them having some issues, but okay, there you go. There's your sneak peek, and boom, I am done. You guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.